Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to install a Pooge front fender extender onto my Triumph T120 Bonneville. The Triumph T120 is a great bike, but one of the things that really needs to be upgraded is the front fender. As you can see, the front fender doesn't come very far down on the wheel, and it throws up junk and road debris onto your bike. The fender extender comes with all the things you need. Okay. We're not going to use the supplied glue that they use. We're going to use JB Weld Clear, so we'll need a paper plate and a tongue depressor to mix it up. The instructions say we will have to remove the fender from the bike to put this on. Let's go over what we're going to need. First we'll need is a 5mm Allen key, an 8mm socket, some blue Loctite, and my good old spray bottle of isopropyl alcohol. Our first step is to take our 8mm socket and take the fender stay bolts off. Now these are supposed to be tightened down to 8 Newton meters when we return the fender to its place. And there we go. Our next step is remove the 4 Allen heads from the top of the fender. These are only 3 Newton meters, so they're not tight. In fact, probably when we put them back in, they need to be just finger tight. Okay, I've removed all 4 bolts from the fender. Put that in our magnetic holder. Now we're ready to actually pull the fender from the forks. Now, if we're lucky, this ought to come off very easily. Look at that. There we go. The fender came out easily. Fender is plastic, so we have to be very careful with it. Stays are still in place. Our next step is to clean the underside of the fender. We've got our fender off. Let's turn it over. This bike is fairly new, so it doesn't have a lot of road junk on it. As you can see, I'm putting the alcohol onto the fender, and that takes away the junk, the road junk. Very important we prep both pieces of the assembly, the fender and the fender extender, okay? Preparation is the key in this operation. Okay, so she's nice and clean. We let that dry. Now we're ready to clean the fender extender itself. It is plastic, but you're still gonna have unseen chemicals on it, so that has to be cleaned off just like the fender itself, okay? This is the key to getting a good adhesion. And once again, I'm using the alcohol because the alcohol cleans and it evaporates, leaving no residue behind. Okay, so the fender extender is nice and clean. It's already dry, as a matter of fact. Now we're ready to mount the fender extender to the fender. It's been cleaned. I've got cushiony tape on my clamps. Okay, it'll take 2 clamps. I've got the JB Weld ready to mix. That should be enough right there. Okay, we'll set this aside and put the clamp back on it in a minute. Now let's mix. And we're going to apply it just to the fender extender. It's already beginning to set up, so we have to move fast. Okay, there we go. I'm going to fit it. Okay, it's fitted. First clamp. Okay, second clamp. And there you have it. All we have to do now is sit there, let it dry, mount the fender back onto the bike, and we're ready to go. The JB wheel should be set up by now. I'm going to release the clamps. Oh yeah. Did a nice job on that. All that remains now is to put it back on the bike. Okay, let's put our fender on. Slide it right back the way it came out. Look at that. Piece of cake. Now let's put the bolts back in. We do not want to tighten anything. We just want the threads to start. There, threads are going on that one. Okay, the two for the stayer on. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to put a little bit of Loctite on each of these. Just barely a drop is all we need. And we'll go in and put them in finger tight. Now these bolts up in the fender didn't have anything on them when I took them out. We're going to go in and we're going to put just a hair of Loctite on, not a lot, just a little bit. Take our 5mm Allen, go ahead and put it down. There. 8 Newton meters on the button. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The fender extender completely installed and ready to roll. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. We'll have a lot more T120 content coming out in the future.